our amazing turnout for an inaugural event. Blew away our expectations for the day. We had hoped for anywhere between 75 and 100 here. We actually scheduled the room upstairs, which is about half of this size, and found out about 2 weeks ago that we were gonna have to move. And that's when we started thinking. Actually, prior to that, we thought we're never going to fill the room, actually. And we thought, geez, we're screwed. About 2.5 weeks ago, we only had about 30 people registered. And I started getting worried, being kind of the budget guy, and looked at it, and we really got rallied around a marketing program. Have to give a big thanks out to Scott Perrin and Associates, Red Sky PR. They've been outstanding at helping us build this event, as well as the other ITC Software Alliance members that have put in a lot of time, a lot of effort into this. So then we got to the point that, hey, this is going to work, so let's ship it, let's make it happen. Let's move it downstairs, let's figure out the logistics for the mixer, let's get the startups fired up about being here later on in the evening. And ironically, as soon as the word got out that we were looking for attendees, we got a ton more sponsors. And I want to thank these sponsors. We've got 2 different levels. Gold sponsors are Adeco Engineering Technical, Clearwater Analytics, Holly Troxel, Count, McKinstry, Microsoft BizSpark, and Equity Group. 2 of those companies, McKinstry and Equity Group, weren't even ITC members until they found out about this event and wanted to sponsor it. And so what we ended up doing is bringing them in as ITC members and also as sponsors. So I really want to thank them for stepping up. That's a great thing for the ITC to get more membership. It's really showing that this organization is growing. Community sponsors, we have E-Trip Trader, HP, T-Sheets, Scott Perrin and Associates, Boise Angel Alliance, the Boise Valley Economic Partnership, Boise State's College of Engineering, and Mobile Data Force. So round of applause for all of our sponsors. Much appreciated. So what ended up happening is once we started passing 200 registrants or 200 attendees, we really got scared. Like I said, we moved everything down here. We upped the food. You know, the nice thing about it, by the way, if you noticed in your badge holder, you've got 2 drink tickets. Again, I should have mentioned that all these new sponsors, and as well as the increased ticket sales, allowed us to boost up from 1 drink to 2. So you can, again, round of applause. Thank you very much. So I think for the day, you know, what are we trying to get out of this? As a software community, or even as a community here in the Treasure Valley, we want to come together. You know, my romantic side of me says, you know, we need to do these things. We need to come together and have kind of a powwow. But more so, I think that, you know, we need to be able to show the students here in the audience who we've invited here for free. All students, can you raise your hands? We had just over 50 students register for the event, and hopefully more of them will show up through the day. That software is here to stay in Idaho. I call it the ultimate export. When you talk about software, you write it once, maybe change it a couple times, and money just keeps rolling in. And Idaho needs those type of jobs. I don't know. You tell me. He's got a software company. The bottom line is that we do have a software industry here in the state. We've got some incredible companies. You're going to hear from Bob Locken at White Cloud Analytics, Clearwater Analytics with Dave Boren. These are folks that have been in other companies multiple times and started multiple companies. We've got Mobile Data Force as one of our sponsors. They've actually spun off 2 startups in the last couple of months, and I understand that they are looking for people. And we want to be able to get that message out that there is a software community. There are software companies here. We actually heard earlier from Sensi. Everybody's heard of Sensi. They're looking for a ton of people, and not just a dozen, but more than that, software developers and IT. So I think what we're trying to do when I say grasp Idaho is pull up people from their bootstraps. You know, Bob Locken has been a great sponsor and proponent of the Move On initiative. You know, if I could speak a little bit about that, you know, I wish I could take every high school kid and just shake them and say, get your act together. finish school, get into college, because we definitely need you. And for the students here in the audience, we definitely need you. There's companies here that are dying for talent. You may not see it on the front page of the paper. There are jobs out there, and we need you guys. So lastly, thank you again for joining us. I've got Jay Larson from the ITC, the founder and president of the ITC. He is going to say a few words. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Martin. I got to tell you, this is exciting because one of the biggest things, the initiatives when we started the Idaho Technology Council, it's all about developing and growing a technology ecosystem. And singularly, you guys are all doing some amazing things. We have amazing companies that are doing some things that are really blazing trails. But collectively, we have the opportunity to really percolate and start growing a software community that will rival other places in the United States, that people will recognize the Treasure Valley and Idaho as an outstanding place to be able to have a company because of the quality of life, but because of the talent of the workforce and the creativity and innovation that takes place between the people that are here. So you're going to help set this, and that's part of why you're going to listen to the people today from Bob Locken and Dave Bourne and others, because they're going to talk about that. So let me give you a quick little deal. The Idaho Technology Council has several initiatives, and they're going to be ones that are going to be very big BHAG goals. Like we have iGEM. And in fact, if you would look in the Statesman today in the Business Insider, you'll see that the governor has come out and in full support in an op-ed piece of iGEM, which is about basically Idaho, it's the Idaho Global Entrepreneurial Mission, which is about driving research and development and tech transfer in the state of Idaho. Well, he's done this, and this is paramount because what we need to do is get a strategy, and then after we get the strategy, we're going to get the education part of it going so we understand how to do that and create alignment, and then we advocate for it. So that's what we can do to be able to help further the technology that needs to be able to grow in the state of Idaho, and really the collective part. Because singularly, like we've been in the past, really we haven't had a group that has been the voice for technology. So please rally with us to be able to be that voice. Back when the United States was formed and when the revolution took place, and there was a great quote, a simple quote, but it was by John Adams and some other patriots were getting together, and they were basically trying to say, you know, there was a lot of hardship that was being experienced during this time because of this change engine that they were generating. And what they said is that excellence is seldom easy. So if you think about that, and if you want Idaho to be an excellent place to live, for business to generate, for software to thrive, and to live, we've got to find a way to be able to grow that. We cannot afford to have software companies that come here and all you do is ping people from one side to the other. Now that's going to happen, okay, because there's natural evolution of things that take place. But you don't want to just have that. What we want to do is have other companies come in, we grow a stronger base for technology and software, and then we have people that can move into other locations and do other things. And the last part that we would have with that is that we would have other innovative thought that would come, so people would spin out other companies, and it would be amazing like that. Take a look at Bob Locken's company after you go with ProClarity. Bob, how many people have really started other companies off of the ProClarity team? So you got 6 people or more that have started other companies that are going on. That's what we need to continue to drive and to have that thrive in Idaho. By the way, I really want to make sure I acknowledge, first of all, you know, it's Matt Rissell is the chair of the ITC Software Alliance. And it's really important to note that. I'm going to turn it over to Matt in just a second, and Martin Hamlick and the work that they've done. And I also want to have the marketing group and the rest of the Software Alliance members, if you could stand up, that are actually that have been working on this, please. If you're not already standing, just please stand up, and let's hear it for you guys. Thanks for your work on this. So hang on here. This is going to be a great experience, great time. We're going to have a great social time, great interaction. Listen and participate, ask questions as we get to those parts of the program. And I'd like to turn it over now to our chair of the ITC Software Alliance, Matt Rissell.
Well, hello. Man, this is exciting, huh? I mean, the first event, and we've got like 300 people almost signed up. I mean, this is incredible. So, I'm Matt Rissel. I'm the CEO of T-Sheets. It's a software company here in Boise, Idaho, and the chairman of the Software Alliance. And I want to make sure I clarify what the Software Alliance is underneath the ITC. So the ITC is kind of the umbrella, and then the Software Alliance is a cluster. I don't know if it got nicknamed that because of me, but within the software, or within the ITC, so just the Software Alliance. And we have four parts of the Software Alliance, just in case you're interested. We do have a volunteer sign up in just a second. But no, seriously, we have four parts of it. In our first meeting was June of 2010, so it's been less than a year that we've really kicked it off underneath the ITC, and incredible things have happened. So first, we've got the education division, and we have a chair of that. JD, raise your hand really quick. So JD is a brilliant software developer, much smarter than I. And so he actually belongs in the software. And he's actually raising up and training, and has, I don't know, 30 different professional software volunteers in the area that are training students and those that want to do a career change in actually how to code. I mean, it's unbelievable. They're doing jQuery next. Not that I know what that means, but just kidding, kind of. Anyway, so the education, if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to tell you how to respond in a second. The second thing is we've got the community and collaboration, which is our next big initiative after this event. And that, Wayne Simpson from Idaho National Laboratory. Raise your hand. Where are you, Wayne? Wayne's over here. So what we're trying to do is, like Jay said, we're trying to remove the singular, what word did you use? Where people are just in companies, software companies are all by themselves, alone, doing business here in Boise, when the reality is we can collaborate, and we need to know that each other are there, and that's the purpose, and that's what Wayne's going to be working on next. The next two are events, and Martin is the one that put all of this together. He chairs the events. He's worked his tail off to do this, and while I'm not as romantic as Martin, I would like to give him a big round of applause for the work he did. You guys, great job. And then the last one is marketing. Mike Monroe, raise your hand. And Mike chairs the marketing department, and that gets he kind of oversaw getting the word out about the software community outside of the state of Idaho in this event. So the purpose of this event is we got together, was like, what do we really want to do? And the title was Powered by Collaboration. And, at the risk of being a little over-transparent, I own a software company here in Idaho, and as I've talked to other CEOs and startups and CEOs of large organizations and startups, I ask them, what percent of the business that you guys do is done here in Idaho? And overwhelmingly, it's like 10% of their business, if that, is done here in Idaho. And for T-Sheets, we have 40,000 customers worldwide. We've got 1,500 employees that we track time for here in Idaho. I mean, it's incredible. And I hope that this is the beginning of a culture change, where we can begin the initiative of beginning to spend money with each other, believe in each other, and really come behind and create a community here. Like when I go to Chicago, they love to do business together with each other. They love it. And I want to create that same environment here. So without further ado, our first speaker that has done it right here in Boise, he's the founder of White Cloud Analytics. And that's recent. Most notably, he was the founder and CEO of ProClarity, which had some incredible IP and then got purchased by a little company named Microsoft. And he has been a pillar in the community. He's fun to be around. A lot of fun, usually. But usually he wears a golf